Good morning, hello. We're out for a morning walk, me and Millie, somewhere in Finchley Park. Just wanted to follow up on my previous video, the cormorant, and flesh out some of the aspects. And I guess the key aspect is that while I retold the story yesterday in the video, while it happened live, which is to say I wasn't really putting language and ideas, I wasn't thinking about it in that way. It was a sort of pre-conscious, subconscious event triggered by the cormorant burst into the surface. Something out of the ordinary grabbed my attention. A little bit like perhaps if you bump into a fox on a dark street and there's a moment where you stare at each other and there's a lot communicated but not a lot said, which is just like what happens in dreams. In dreams, the main meaning, the significance is communicated not through the language of ideas, usually not speech, but the language of images. And when that happens in the daytime, if you come across a fox or a cormorant, that's called a waking dream. And in a waking dream, can you hear the birds? A little robin. In a waking dream, you're sort of hovering between. You're hovering on the edge of consciousness between waking and dreaming, between conscious and unconscious, which is a state that happens every day. When you wake up, you can be lying in bed, but still in the dream world, but you know that you're in your bed. And similarly, you can fall asleep and enter into the dream world, but still have remnants of the daytime awareness of being in your bed. With practice, that can grow. That sort of liminal consciousness can stretch out. That's what a waking dream is. I think what reminds me of childhood in those moments is, because they are just moments, drawn out moments, they don't last very long. I think what reminds me of childhood is the fact that as a child I wasn't so thought through about the world. I wasn't so rational. I wasn't so like, oh yeah, that's a thing, that's this, that's a cormorant, that's a fish. There was an element of more mystery, an enchantment, if you like. Basically, a more imaginative life as a child, which I think is partly why we love to go back, if we've had a nice childhood, to where we grew up as a child, because it connects us. The landscape that we grew up in, the place that we grew up in, connects us back to that way of being in the world. What I'm intrigued by is the question of whether or not that can be brought alive in a new place. I think it can. So again, if that question speaks to you, or if you've had similar experiences, do leave some comments. If you'd like to see more of these videos, do subscribe, and I'll see you again. Okay, I better go and find the dog. Okay, thanks for watching.